Do you think it'll work? Are we... Oh, there we go. Nice. Pet track and modded. Anyways, 7% CV usage, not too bad. Next, I'm gonna check real quick. Yeah, that seems to be working just fine. Right, so the plan right now is that I figure out how to use OBS. I turn off monitoring and I turn up the desktop audio a little bit so it's not too loud for us, right? That should be good. Right, so what I was adding before the stream, I wasn't even planning to, I was just a little bit bored, was indexing by using a variable over here. Currently that is broken, as you'll see in a second. If we continue running this, it'll tell us the local variable index is referenced before assignment. That's because in our modules and the module for variable assignment, I've specified it to only work if the index type that we're feeding it is not a variable. Where is it? Let's check against initial position. I need to find the index. Oh, there it is, get index, right. Yeah, so here we check if index var is this ID type that's defined here, since it needs a little bit more logic compared to just having a standard index here. What we need right now is to load position from content. I'm thinking of just making a new template here, and from then on we'll be able to track more or less the value without hard coding it into assembly. So if we check right now, if we just say that we want to have an integer here, right, instead of a variable, we just do this, continuous compilation, close it, and we go to out.assembly. We will find, is it is, I think, yeah, it is. I know it's not it. 101. Huh. Are we inheriting the variable by any accident? I have a feeling that we are. Oh no, that's bad. Let me check the compiler. No, we shouldn't be inheriting it. Let's see. Position for B. By any chance? Oh, okay. That's because we're calling B here. That's completely fine because we use that B as our message variable. Let me just rename it to message. Print message. Something like that. So we know that it's internal and nothing that we should worry about. There we go, we have print message now. That makes a lot more sense. Now if we find standard construction, there we go. So we actually load the value from position by using an offset. Huh. Right, we need to calculate this offset if we're gonna load an offset value from a variable. So for example, say it was X that we're using here, which is set from C, and C is 2. We would need to load this address up, get its value, and then do an an immediate add on do we want immediate add? I think it'll be faster if we just do add. Then we specify that, hey, we want it sorted to our 11, and our arguments are going to be the address, whatever it is, and our offset, which will be the value at this register, so we can use our 20, I think. I'm gonna check this with my friend real quick, who's helping me this. Will this work? Alright, I just told him real quick that the X is a placeholder. If we look at this code, we will realize that I am completely unable to write anything coherent, and that is why we're having quite a few issues. But this is better than the old compiler by far, so that's fine by me. Negative. It's not okay. We can't use a register in the add function. The add, whatever you want to call it, in the add action. Yeah, action instead of function. I do have a slightly weird naming scheme for all this, so. Radio. Our current plan then is to write some assembly code for this. So from pause with variable index, with variable offset, sorry. How do we do this now? God, this is a pain. If only I could remember what I did yesterday to do this. From position, yeah. And we load the offset, and then this is the actual variable construction, right? This is us loading the offset. So you want to change this somehow. Let me just reference my old code. I don't want to reinvent the wheel, you know, as they say. We're gonna go to our commits. Feed pointers, nice. Make position an integer for comparison against bit start. Huh. Oh no, this is pretty recent. No, it's not. Okay. It's before the rework. If we now go to main, it should be in there. Oh god, that is ugly. I'm not gonna show this to you guys, but a lot of ugly code. It's literally a class with like a bazillion functions, and that did not work well. There were quite a few things that were implemented. Loops, functions, variables, while loops, classes. Oh, not classes, it was namespaces, but right. What we need to find right now is get at index, which is not too easy. Variable reassignment at index, yes. What? Reassign variable at index. Oh, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. This is for a list, I guess. Still doesn't make much sense. This code is very ugly and pretty hard to look around. I'm gonna find the evaluate instruction for it. Yeah, get index was part of this. Ooh, actually, that's not very long compared to the other stuff. Out of bounds, etc. Oh wow, that was hard coded, huh? Yeah, that makes sense because my loops were hard coded, so it didn't really matter at that time. So I didn't even bother. Yeah, that's fair. All right. So I'm not showing you something, but it's this chunk of code. So this was basically just, instead of having a variable for the index, I would look it up locally in the actual compiler and set its value. So it was set at compile time, the actual index and the address, instead of runtime. Which is not something we want to do unless we don't want variable values. God, yeah, this is amazing. Best code I've ever written, totally. God. Right. Yeah, we're just gonna settle down with this then. We're gonna load the offset, add it using the standard add opcode. Okay, let's start rewriting this then. Calculate. No, we want to first load offset from variable. This will be done by loading the value from a position, which is perfect. We already have the code here. I don't know why I deleted it. Now this will leave us with R20 is our, let's put an equals here for more readability, is our offset value, which we will then add to the address of the first element, 0th element in the list, which will basically let us then add the value during runtime. This actually wasn't a feature before, and it never really came to me to change that, and it worked perfectly fine, except there were some bugs, but those weren't related to this. So I'm pretty interested in why that worked and didn't actually break on us, because those values were basically hard-coded, but the only times we ever used that was for loops. But perhaps we might just want to have, you know, a variable that actually just points at the address. This could be very useful for reading from files, for example. If we ever add a list type of bytes, for example, we can just navigate it using a variable which contains the address we want to navigate to, or the position in the list, the index. So that's something worth considering. I'll share the stream to my friend and go from there on. Yeah, right. Next, going on from that, we will want to load the... No, we don't actually need to load that, do we? I mean, yeah, we kind of do. Let's just load it R21. I don't think we use R21 anywhere. Let me check our base assembly file. R21 is not used except this lvar. Lvar is very redundant. Wait, this is old. Never mind. L1 reserved for current action. Okay, that's fine. This is not old. I don't think we need lvar. I think it's just gonna could just go. Lvar can just go. I'm gonna put it that way. Lvar is a pain, and we don't want to have it. So we're gonna load our array address into R21. Then we're gonna iadd R20 R21. This will basically let us load, since R20 basically already contains our offset. Oh no, never mind, we can't do that. I forgot to multiply the offset by the length of the list items. They're byte size. That's not good. Well, no, I can just use imul. We used an immediate multiplier to multiply the offset by the byte length and then we should be able to add it off onto the offset. And it will be stored in the variable. Just specify this from other var. I think that'll work. Issue is this basically requires us to circumvent the standard construction, which is all of this. We will need to write and probably just tab it all in. There you go. Very nice code, yeah. Tabbed it all in. Now, if anything breaks, we just raise exception, not implemented. Let's check that it works. Build complete. That works. Okay, good. To remind you, we're currently just declaring a list of integers named cool with these values, and we get the first index, which should be 2, and we here verify it. So the last y means this test was passed, which is great for us. All this is actually for our list of characters, which will be in the future our strings. All right, I completely forgot to read Luke's chat. Shit. I add R20, R21 won't work to add R20, R21, R20. That'll add R20 and R21 and store result in R20. Let me check actually real quick. Assuming you're still here. Yes, you are, I think. Right. We go to modules. Luke, I can't find the... Okay, there it is. Right. So you can't use iadd on 2 registers. Wait, what doesn't work? What doesn't work? Also, I'm just gonna copy the code you said. What doesn't work? Oh shit, I forgot there is a delay in the stream. That should be fine. Interesting, you don't get detected as a viewer, that's nice. Right. iadd can take a one register, one value, can't use the register. Okay, gotcha. What? Wait, what doesn't work? No. When I was saying that the test passed, that was for having a value, not a variable. So I wasn't actually testing this new assembly code yet. I didn't even implement the logic for it. I'll implement it in a bit. Just want to get back here. So yeah, if we for example try to specify a variable here, it'll just tell us no, go away. I'm not gonna do that. Look, it's just gonna spring to not implemented. There we go. Just completely fine for us right now. We want to collect all the information about our index. That basically means getting its name. That's literally it. So we want to have index equals index name. We're gonna call it index var name, probably better, more verbose. Index var name is index.value. I love the delay between the stream and my actual actions right now, so I'll probably just be typing Luke if you say something, because that'll just be easier since it'll be real time instead of you waiting 20 seconds for the stream to update. Index var name is not accessed. Yeah, that doesn't matter for now. First off, we want to copy this entire thing probably, since all of that will be used by us. Next, we get an offset. Right, so this is where offset was actually calculated previously, but we don't actually care about that now. We need to set the bit size. And check the position and load this stuff. Now, I could have made this code less redundant, but I'm not going to be doing 3 if-elses here, just to have another constructor that is completely different. That'll just be a waste of time. So I'm going to copy this constructor from var, what was it, from var pause with var offset on spectator. Yes, my stream is amazing. It actually says there is no viewers right now, so we have all this that we needed, except I still need to modify the from position. We also need to check if the variable that we're checking, that we're setting as the index, is of type integer. Right, from pause, from action, that makes sense. Now we need to add array adder and a byte length. Right. These two will come with me, and we're gonna go down to here. We're just gonna add them here. Yep. Yep. Well, that's not right. Right, there we go. So we'll just say to do here for now. Let's see. We don't want to load that yet. And also R20 is actually the register right now. 20 is the register to load the value from. So we'll need another from pause from action. For this, I think we can call it offset pause, and this can be, since we're loading an integer, it's going to be lmemw, I think. Let me check the base. lmemw, yeah. Here it is, lmemw. Now that should work just fine. Oh, never mind. We can't have that comment there. Because we're using that $2 to jump forward. We can't have comments inside that. Lucas typing. Yes. lmemw. Oh shit, right. I need cmemw. Sorry. Yes, I do want to read. I'm dumb. Anyways. Right, so we specify the array address, which is our first index, the byte length of the items that are inside. And byte length we actually already have, so that's great. We can actually specify it right here as well, because this will be bit size. Very misleading. It's not actually bits, it's bytes, but sure, why not? Okay, the delay is not that bad. What did I want to do now? I completely forgot. Let's run over what we need to format again. That'll be offset position. That's the address for the variable that we're using as our offset. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna get okay. We actually need to get this variable. So index var compiler compiler, just call it obj. And we're actually gonna look it up using solve.compiler instance.get variable and feed our name to it. Now we have the object which we can work with. We're gonna say I want the position from this, and that's gonna be the variable's offset. The list's offset, right? We need an array address. Don't remember what pause with offset is. Let's check if we actually use it. Pause with offset. We don't have that. Just need a position and an action for this. So this we can just ignore for now. Things to ignore: option var, action, and pause. Things to include is offset, pause, array adder, and byte length. I think we have everything right already, so let's do a test run. Probably missing something. Oh, did I just close the file? Yes, I did. Kernel.ck. There we go. Let's specify. Okay, we already have specified the variable. Let's run it again. Unbound variable, pause with offset. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think we have from pause, do we? Yeah, we don't have from pause or from action. So these can be just deleted. Alright, we need to specify the array address. That'll be this. I don't think it really matters if we turn it into an integer, so leave it as that. Unbound call imul. Ooh. Is it imult? Most likely. Yeah, it's imult. Okay, let's fix that. Now then, imult. Turn to assembly, 0 warnings, bay n. Okay. And if we set it to 1, should still give us y. It should give us yy. Yn. Huh. Let's make a new variable and just use that so I don't get lost. I'm gonna say 1 here. Get past the compilation. Close this. N. Alright. Something is wrong. Yep, the delay is a bit too big. Alright, let's see what we're doing wrong here. This is the variable we're creating. It shouldn't appear anywhere except this check. It does appear in that check. Okay, good. Oh, it's because I never actually load from the variable. Oh my god. R20, the value of this variable is actually just the address. I actually completely forgot to read from the address. Let's go do that. So now we need to read from it. And we're gonna do mov R11, R20, LDR R1 dot CMMW, LDR 0, 2, and GPR R1. I think that should work just fine now. Let's check that. Yes, it passes the check. Yay, it works. Nice. That's great. That's actually great. And if we change it now to, for example, B is going to be 1 in this case, let's check if that works. And it doesn't. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. We're now able to read the value from a variable index. Epic. Very messy code, can probably be shortened. Don't need all. No, actually, I think I do. We don't have any more complex instructions. I don't think you can do cmemw unconditionally though. What if my array is an array of chars? Cmemw is... Wait, no, that makes sense. Yeah, because that, okay, we're no longer working with an integer address. Yeah, that makes sense. We want to have a value. What we can actually do here is do action, load action. No, not load. What should I do? Right, we're reading from it, so we're going to call it read action. And we're going to go down here, back to the get index. We're going to specify it as read action. And that should actually give us the right action we want for the value. Yep, that should work now as well. What I'm going to do here is we're going to just change all of this to 1. We're going to set the index to 0. If this works, we're good. Not all types are equal. Oh, I forgot to change the type of this thing. Let's set it to char. This is going to be char as well. I don't think the compiler really cares yet. Okay, no, it says no. It says it's not. Should have the usual from pause action stuff or whatever you call it, and change that accordingly to the size. Yeah, I think that should work it now with that. Since yeah, I have the load and read action column here. So the read action will be the same byte length as the item type. Issue is it doesn't work. I wonder why. Let's see. Standard construction for B with LM. Okay, yeah. We use the correct one now. What is this 49? What is this 49? Is that supposed to be? That isn't supposed to be, is it? Yeah. 48 is 0 in ASCII. 49 should be 1. We're missing a hashtag in front of it. That's why it's not working. So we're going to have to add a new check for that. Where is it? Oh, God. There it is. If type is address, unknown variable, yeah. Otherwise, get the raw value. No, okay. We want to do a check here. If type adder is in char, we want to take it a slightly different path. We're just going to copy this part, but we're going to add a hex equals this, and here's just going to be hex equals empty. This we're using raw template, so we're just going to put hex here. Let me check if we already use it anywhere else. We don't. We're good. Now I think that'll work. Yep, that works. Look, Luke, it's working. So proud. Usually this shit breaks on me. Yeah, my favorite part is... Okay, never mind, still about the same chaos here as well. I'm probably going to be leaving these tests in case a change I make breaks something. I am probably gonna... Yeah, let's put this to y. Remove the a variable, it doesn't really matter. If variable setting breaks, then we're in deep trouble. Otherwise, it should be fine. So now we have all 3 tests passed. Call this test 1, test 2, and then test 3. That's good. Let's delete this. Doesn't matter right now. Okay, now back to working on this. I wonder if that will work now. Object. Is the list tree still broken? Yeah, it is. For some reason, it's not declaring the full tree I expect for a list. Which is really odd. It should be working just fine. Okay, I got a bit distracted, right? Back to this. Let's check where this is happening. It's here. This is our... Oh, this is our get index. Oh, wow. That's odd. I wonder why. Do we have a valid index? Everything else? Key error. List var. Okay, let's write it just a quick print here. I'm pretty sure there's a good debug tool in Rich, but we're not going to use it. Too much of a pain. List var. Now we're going to do self.compiler. Pause. So it allows us to pause the compilation. There's this thing. I don't remember where I added that. Self.compiler. Fucking instance.pause. Oh my god, I can't find a button. Right, yeah, okay, I was checking if the tree was being set correctly for the list. Warning, the var message is using legacy list declarations. Yeah, because for arguments, I can't add syntax yet. I'm probably going to do that later. But right now, it's not of an importance to us to have it match the right type. I don't actually check this anyways, so that doesn't matter. I do check it for standard types like characters, but special types like list, I don't check yet. Now we need to see why it breaks there. We get the right position and we get the list tree. Issue is it's not full. By full I mean we usually expect to get more information from it. If we go to list declaration here, you will see that there's an initial position, there's a variable type, and there's the object. For some reason, it doesn't possess any of these, which is odd. I think it's because I pass it with no add set to true. But then where is that coming from? Let us check the arguments again for the function declaration module. Here it is. Create a variable using this simplified thing. The value really doesn't matter. We're not checking the value types since we're just overriding it by setting the type here. Right. Oh, I see. So this is where we set these things. Now I wonder if the... Yeah, no, it would be. What if we do this? Okay, I'm gonna do something pretty dumb. Breaking working code, but it's not very working, so variable fuck it, var dictionary, and we're gonna do, you go in brackets and then there. That's how we can get the position. We can just replace both of these with that there. And we already have the type, so it doesn't matter to us. But also I want to actually check what this dictionary contains. Yes, print debugging is best, and yeah, I will add the types to the stupid function argument thing later. It's just for some reason it was evaluating it as like a comparison. Like it was like message is lower than open bracket 100 close bracket more than, and it was really strange. But I'll probably need to add a new syntax rule for that, so that's fine for now. What we need to do here is to just check if this thing works. Here we can just use a shortcut. Since we have an instance here already, which is great. Alright, we have this. Wait, why was it working like that? Yeah, I can just pass this right along. I don't need to specify this absurd stuff. And that was back when the only thing that this dictionary contained was the position. But now since it contains a lot more, we can just use the entire thing. What? Why is this not implemented? What even is this? Oh, function call. A function call doesn't support variables yet? Oh, that's odd. Oh yeah, variables that are not variables for functions that are not modules. Yeah, that's why I worked with put character, but not with print. So I can't do that actually. I can't use a variable here. I mean, technically I can just use put chart and it'll work perfectly fine, right? Never mind. We get a type mismatch. For print message, got character object, but expected. Bro, that's the same thing. Oh. You know what? The easiest way is to just, oh god, have her name. You know what? I have no idea why I overcomplicated this. There's an is instance module. We get the object and we get the archetype. What is the archetype? Is that what we're checking? I think it is. Type mismatch still. That's odd. This is a very big Python moment right now. Let me just really quickly check how this exception works again. First argument is var. No. Third argument is what we got. Fourth is what we expected. Third argument is what we expected. No. No. Forgot to remove self, so these are the two, yes. But why do you not work? If, like, literally, if we do type, right? We get oh god, right? Epic Python moment. I think it's because it was declared in different compiler instances. It doesn't like that. But what we can do is just force it here. That should work just fine. Wait, no. It wasn't equals, was it? Let me check real quick. I think I broke this. Yep. It was if. It worked perfectly fine. I was just being very dumb. Oh, Python doesn't like that. Is this what? It's a class. Oh, sorry, I forgot to finish typing this archetype. There we go. Character has no attribute upper. Yeah, shouldn't. Oh, I see why. Well, that's odd. Ah, fuck it. Hacky fix. If archetype is not string. Yeah, there's a lot of Python moments while writing this. If the current type is not a string, then we want to get its abbreviation, which is archetype.aber. And that should give us the abbreviation. Nah, it doesn't have the attribute. Did I forget to give it to this thing? Where's the types file? Chunky types, there we go. Oh, it's Amber name, sorry. Not Amber. Oh, what? Oh, I forgot to actually set the variable. There we go. Tuple index is out of range. Oh, what are you on about? What is going on? This is breaking in a place that I did not expect. Let's do a try and an except here to catch this exception. Except index error, and we're gonna do just a quit with an error code, just one. Print. Okay, that's not C#. What is it? Oh, there we go. I index error at, just do that. Arguments, content, that should give us something to work with. Index error at 1, argument content. Where are you going? What? Why does it say it takes 2 arguments? Oh, that is odd. Expected. Python, stop being weird, please, just for one moment. Oh god, even better. Expected print message and message. No, you weren't expecting that. No, you weren't. Who are you? What function issue is this? Like, which function is having this issue? Just func name. In print? Wait, why is print having this issue now? Did something I changed break the print? Oh god, please don't tell me that's what happened. Eh? What? That works? Wait, so if I add println, it somehow interferes with it. It expects message. Why do you expect message? You're not supposed to. You're a completely different function. Look, what ghosts are these? Why does it expect? Yeah, function print takes print message. That's all it takes. It literally says it right here, what it takes. Why does it expect a message type? What? Let's think about this. What is setting the function instance variables? Is that how we're looping over this? It is. Here's our function instance and here's our dictionary of arguments, which you can directly access by going to here. Right. The arguments are not kept the same. Right. And when we synchronize with the main instance, we never inherit the arguments. Uh-huh. Then why are we inheriting? Why are we giving it to the other function? What magic is this? God, I'm freezing. That's odd. Right. Well, we can view the arguments. Oh, no, yeah, we already do. That it expects. Let me just do dot keys. So it's easier to read. Oh, and dot keys on this as well. I don't think a tuple has keys. That was a bad idea. I only realized that when running the code. Right. That's right. Yeah. We expect that there. But then we get an issue here, and it says that it wants to take a message now. Even though the only thing it should be taking is print message, which is for setting here with this character. Why is it messing around with another instance's arguments? Oh god, this doesn't make any sense. It's really odd. We need to go to the function declaration module and see what's going on here then. That's our put character. Oh, that's our standard module class. Resolution module function call. Function declaration should be here. Yeah, there it is. Oh. Right. No. That's variables, not arguments. And even if we do inherit, we shouldn't be inheriting the arguments. Oh, that's odd. Yeah, it does. It will compile if... Wait, well, I haven't checked it yet, but it should. Let's see. No, it doesn't. I mean, that's not the issue right now. The issue is that for some reason, println is overriding the arguments for print, which does not make sense because they have completely two different, well, instances. Oh, Jesus. Just had music suddenly turn on. What the hell was that? But yeah, println alone does not compile since I completely forget to actually return the built body here. Hold on. wait. Why is it not returning a build? Oh, that's odd. No matter what, it should be returning a build. Yeah, the print thing does not compile with print removed because for some reason it doesn't return the body. Well, not the body, the build thing, which I used to just store the function name. So if you look here, it's just calling this, call a function, go to its label, and we jump back. Oh, we jump to it, and then from the inside the function we jump back. Seems like a very stupid and annoying problem. Wait, perhaps is function name not being... Yeah, okay. I found the issue. I forgot to specify that if it's not found, then the function's probably not declared. Print raise. Do we have a transpiler exception for it? Unknown method reference. Yeah, we do. Function func name. So basically, the function doesn't exist. If we do this, which is correct, it doesn't because we remove print. Hold on a second. Rightio. So basically, if we remove print, it doesn't compile because, well, print doesn't exist, and we actually reference it immediately here, and we expect to have print. But if we remove all this as well, I just move the function's position a little bit so we can just uncomment all this in a chunk. Uncomment? I mean comment it out. It compiles without an issue. With one warning, but that's because the legacy stuff. Right. But what if we do it now? If we do it now... What? Excuse me, what are you on about? arg2 must be of type or a tuple of types. Right? What do you think it is then? Let's print arg type. It's a string. Why is it a string? That's not good. Where do we define archetype? It's nowhere to be found. Oh no, there it is. There it is. Why do some functions have a string and others just have an actual type? This is interesting. Here we assign it, right? Okay, so I think the issue is in the actual creation of the variable. Yeah, variable assign module. When we add the type, yeah, here it is. When we add the type, it is no. If we're going to types, we get the actual type rather than a string. From var. What's from var? Right, yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh. Gotcha. Got it. Can't do that. That breaks the rest of the stuff. I think I know where this is. Since we're checking the argument, it's probably function declaration. The function declaration module. This dictionary. It doesn't contain a type object. It contains a string of the type. That's my guess. Yeah, here it is. Type is a list. I think I know where that is from. We go down here again. Back to our list declaration. Let's get the index. Go here. Yeah, var type. We could just say list, since we're checking it quite literally just what it is. For a message, for a message expected list. I don't even call println anywhere. Line 13. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it is overriding the arguments for each function with another function's arguments. And then it just complains that it's missing things. Huh. Well, I have to go for a moment. I'll be back in like 15 minutes or so. Luke, if you figure out how to... Oh, well, why it's breaking. You have the source code if you want to look around that. Figure out why it's breaking. That'd be great. But yeah, see you in a bit, Luke, since you're the only person actually watching. Oh shit. There were bots. Hot photos of my sister, heart. What the what the hell? This message is held for review. Yeah, I know. Oh, oh no, did I accidentally show that in the chat? Oops. Remove. That's great. Anyways, yeah, I'll be back. See you in a bit. All right. There we go. Hello, test 1 2 3. Test, test, test. Right. Hello. What? It's not how it's supposed to work. Hello? Why is there microphone playback? Monitoring is turned off. Okay, that was strange. That was really strange. Right. I mean, I think I'm gonna pause the stream. I'm gonna kill the stream for now. There's no real point in continuing. Yet I still have things to do aside from this. So, we did what we wanted. There's a lot of things that we implemented today. A lot of things that I'm happy with. A lot of things I'm not happy with. Especially these arguments being messed up. But now I don't really have a choice considering the situation. I'll just have to look at it and figure it out. And once I do that, this will hopefully all work again and the functions will work. This issue really just went under the radar since I never really had multiple functions defined. I only ever had one and I was testing stuff with it. So I never actually thought that this would be an issue. I thought, okay, right, let me just uncomment this function I had and it should work perfectly. And no, it did not, sadly. But hey, something to learn from this. Test everything while developing everything, literally everything, including things you expect to just work. But yeah, I think that's it for now. Have a good day, guys. See you all next time, probably in a year or so, whenever I decide to stream again. Nobody watches me anyways.